Hanoi, Vietnam is a city that fuels curiosity. At every corner, different facets of life fill the senses and leave the people, locals and visitors alike, wanting more. The scenery is captivating. A street vendor selling colorful wares, the calm of nature among the urban landscape, the bustle of the motorbikes on the roads. Around 8 million people live in the city, and there is a real sense of community, a mix of leisure and business as Vietnam continues to develop as one of Southeast Asia's fastest growing economies. Join us now on Iconic Hanoi as we explore the ever-evolving elements that make Hanoi so distinctive through different prisms: style, business, technology, the environment, and showcase how the people are capturing the spirit of Vietnam's enchanting capital. Nestled in the curves of Hanoi's West Lake is the sustainable fashion house Kilomet 109. Thao Vu is the founder and head designer. She started the brand in 2012 after growing up surrounded by artistry and crafts and attending design school.
In Vietnam in 2000, before, it's not really considered as a creative job, it's more like a making job. I genuinely want to create something from Vietnam, made by Vietnamese and designed by Vietnamese. My vision for the brand is something that's original, authentic, and also capture the place where it made and how it made. So it's very simple like that.
For Vu, fashion is about heritage and community as much as it is about design. She draws inspiration, techniques, and materials from the traditions of Vietnam's ethnic minorities. The country has 54 recognized ethnic groups. And today, she is visiting a village of the Blue Hmong people, experts in Vietnamese batik art and indigo dyeing. Their bond goes beyond business. Vu has put in years of work to integrate herself into their world.
So if I go there, if I could be able to blend into the community is the best. So I see myself very much when I sit down with them to draw batik lines and dots and picking up the indigo leaves or sitting down to weave with the grandma. I want to be like her mom. I really want to be like her mom. I want the world to see that tradition could be changed, become completely contemporary products. And that is a key feature for my design because I really want them to create something that they're proud and they love.
Inspired by communities like this one, sustainability plays a big role in Vu's brand.
We make everything by hand and we plant by ourselves cotton, hemp, and silk. We use all the materials and including tools and other like color fixers and all other elements relate with the textile making from around their place where they live. So we have no waste. Sustainability become a word, and it's not just movement, but it's a lifestyle. What you eat and what you wear, what you breathe. The awareness of the thing you purchase. Clothes play a really important role in this change. Fashion is one of the polluted industry, so the Vietnamese, especially the young generation, they're very aware about that. I see a change.
For Vu, it is about blending the beauty of her country's traditions with her contemporary designs. Everything comes together at her home studio in Hanoi. Vu's artistic blueprints, crafts from the artisans, and a hard-working team who bring the artistry to life.
Each of them, they are masters of what they're doing. The same with the artisans. I'm very happy with them.
Vu's journey goes beyond creating a sustainable fashion brand. Kilomet 109's story spans across generations and geographical borders, combining Vietnam's style, history, and heritage, and bringing it all back to Hanoi. In Vietnam's capital, these machines dominate the streets. Here in Hanoi, motorbikes are the main means of transport around town and add to the urban hustle and bustle. Compared to more than 700,000 cars, there are nearly 6 million motorbikes in the city of around 8 million people. Out on the roads, the love affair with these two-wheelers is obvious. For many, this form of transport is faster and cheaper with a pretty great view. For one company, they are hoping to bring a more environmental spin to Hanoi's iconic motorbike, following the global trend while keeping in tradition. VinFast is the automotive arm of the Hanoi-based Vin Group, one of Vietnam's largest corporations. They developed their first electric scooter, Clara, in 2018.
At the moment, gasoline motorbikes are very popular here. However, I believe that electric scooters will gradually be accepted by customers, thanks to its environmental friendliness and noise-free operation in the city.
The Clara can travel up to 80 kilometers per charge at a maximum speed of 50 kilometers an hour. It is also a smart scooter, equipped with 3G, Bluetooth, GPS, and can be connected to a smartphone.
Since the launch of the Clara e-scooters in late 2018, thousands have been sold to customers. And we think that introducing electric motorbikes into the market is very meaningful in making a better life for Vietnamese people.
Demand is growing. This state-of-the-art factory makes a range of VinFast's electric scooters and cars, from painting, assembly, to the test drive. Everything is done here on site. This factory has the ability to make 250,000 electric scooters annually. VinFast says it plans to increase that capacity to 1 million units a year in the near future. Vin Group's deputy CEO says the developments of electric vehicles goes beyond just new opportunities for the company. He believes it can benefit the country as a whole, furthering the national brand of Made in Vietnam.
When we first established VinFast, we were not only producing cars and electric motorbikes, but we were also pursuing our aspiration of contributing to the development of industry and technology in Vietnam.
By 2030, Hanoi has plans to ban motorbikes in downtown areas to help ease pollution and congestion. For VinFast, it is about maintaining the iconic scenery of the city with hopes of finding a greener alternative for the roads and the country. The brand of Made in Vietnam extends beyond its automotive industry. The smartphone sector in Vietnam is on the rise. According to a 2017 study by Pew Research Center, over 50% of Vietnam's population owns smartphones, up from 35% in 2015. While overseas brands have generally captured much of the Vietnam market, one Hanoi-based technology firm wants to bring the innovation back home. This is BKAV's B-Phone, one of the country's first domestically branded smartphones. BKAV was among the first-generation startups in Vietnam. The company found success making cybersecurity software more than 20 years ago when its founder was still finishing university. Then in 2009, he discovered another avenue to pursue.
At that time, the smartphone was not so popular. I had an aspiration that I can build smartphone manufacturing technology as well as other technology for Vietnam, which would allow my country to really develop in that space, instead of through agriculture or other traditional products.
It took the company around $20 million and over 6 years to develop the very first B-Phone. While some components, like the Qualcomm chip, are sourced from foreign companies, BKAV says everything from design to manufacturing is all done right here in Vietnam.
If you search my name on Google, you will see my nickname is Explosive Quan. Explosive, meaning a person who often brags or exaggerates. I got that nickname because when I introduced the B-Phone, almost all the Vietnamese people did not believe we could do it. I came to an understanding that I have an even greater mission, to make people believe the fact that Vietnam can achieve this.
BKAV released the third generation B-Phone 3 in 2018. And they are expanding, with more than 300 stores around Vietnam, and earlier this year entering the Myanmar market. Their aim has been to create a premium product as part of the country's tech revolution. The firm says it brings great pride to be able to launch a smartphone brand so distinctively their own.
In the era of technology, a successful smartphone company may become a symbol of their home country. I am proud, of course. For us, we compete with ourselves first. We overcome our own difficulties and the difficulties of our own country, and we have our own way.
For many around the world, it is the architecture around them that defines the cities they are in. The country's history and its blend of cultures are reflected in the buildings here as the city continues to evolve and develop. One architect is hoping to use his craft to bring Hanoi closer to nature. He started his firm, Farming Architects, in 2017.
Architecture, not only design, not only decoration. Architecture is a solving problem in different kind of place, from functionally, spatially, and socially. So we want to integrate between the agriculture and architecture. The farmer, they understand the climate, understand the property of the trees. We do the same. We have idea, understand the climate, and then we apply our philosophy there, and day by day our idea, our concept grows like a farmer.
This is the Koi Cafe, a coffee house built using recyclable materials. An designed the cafe around the Koi Pond, creating what he calls an urban paradise in Hanoi. Much of his work takes inspiration from Vietnam's deep connection with agriculture. He integrates aquaponics, a farming system in which fish and plants are raised together in a sustainable and symbiotic relationship. It includes the small-scale eco-balcony, designed to create green spaces in every residence.
We start from small things and hope. Nowadays, we suffer many things from the environment and even climate change. As an architect, I suppose that we come from different countries with different kind of job, but we should be an environmental keeper. And even from small projects, we can make a big impact for the whole city.
And then there's the VAC Library, one of Farming Architect's most high-profile projects, named one of Time magazine's greatest places to visit in 2019. An says the aim of the multifunctional space, part farm, playground, and library, is to educate children about the importance of the environment around them.
I create a kind of open space for children can come and interact with the nature. And when they grow up, they will behave like a green person, a person want to stay close with the nature. And our city, our community would be better because they learn from nature, they learn from the agriculture thing. So this is what we will try to do now.
For An, the purpose of architecture lives beyond design. He believes the industry has the capacity to create and define lifestyles and touch every part of people's lives. His work inspires to build a greener and more sustainable Hanoi, playing a role in shaping the future of the city. Beyond its aesthetics, Hanoi's future is also about the people. From the young to the older generations, the community here drives the growth and culture of Vietnam's capital. 20-year-old Nguyen is from southern Vietnam. She dropped out of university to look for a job after her mother got sick and help pay the bills. A friend told her about Cotto, or Know One, Teach One, Hanoi's first recognized social enterprise. It was established back in 1999 by Jimmy Pham, who had worked in Vietnam as a tour guide.
I think Cotto not only teach you the job, not only teach you how to work, Cotto also teach you how to be the good human.
Cotto's aim? To help underprivileged youth find a place in the world, giving them skills necessary to pursue careers in hospitality. Thao Nguyen is the general manager of Cotto, as well as a graduate of its charter class. At 16, she was introduced to Cotto by an Australian tourist while selling postcards on the street to support her family.
I would say that the best time of my life is the time that I was a Cotto trainee, because it was also the first time I got a sense of belonging, and also many memorable experiences I would take for life.
Cotto runs restaurants, like this one in Hanoi, as well as a school for their trainees.
So we provide a holistic training program where we look after the welfare, healthcare, and providing accommodation and free training for at-risk and disadvantaged youth in Vietnam. One of our many challenges running a social enterprise in Vietnam is that we have 150 kids to feed every day, as well as the staff that have been employed to look after our kids. As a social enterprise, we have our social mission to fulfill, and we also have this business to run, to making sure that the business is viable to support our social missions.
Even with their challenges, Cotto's social mission is clear: to instill the spirit of giving back into their trainees and the people around them.
The philosophy of Cotto is if you know one, teach one. Today, we teach our trainees how to fish. We inspire them to, in the future, when they're successful, they open fish shops and teach others to fish. Giving back doesn't mean that you have to give someone money or meals, but it's if you are in a position to pay it forward, so pay it forward.
For Uyen, now in her second year in the trainee program, Cotto has helped her find a new path.
I like to making the drinks. I want to be a bartender. My family, I think they are very happy when they see me now. And they told to me, wow, you are grown now.
As the future unfolds and the city develops, it is the people of Hanoi driving it forward.
Even it's developing, you still can find some part is like a hidden gems.
From the old quarter, its beautiful lakes, to the modern high-rises, there's pride in the city's history, as well as its innovations and growth.
Everything in Hanoi is sacred. Vietnamese people view the beautiful scenery as if it has a soul.
I don't know whether it's the charm of the city or the air, but I love being here.
We can preserve the old value, the heritage. We should keep that for next generation.
For those living here, Hanoi represents different hopes and visions across facets of society.